Good morning, everybody. You are listening to CMC Live on Hawk Live Radio, the official radio station for Hillsborough College here in Tampa, Florida. I'm your host, Prodigal, and welcome to the show. I have some hot topics and segments coming up, but first we're going to kick things off with my show starter tune, Closer by Guapale. That was Closer by Guapale, and again, you are listening to CMC Live on Hawk Live Radio, the official radio station for Hillsborough College in Tampa, Florida. Welcome back to the show. Let's dive into our first topic. The first topic I'll be talking about is stepping up as a step parent. You know, at some point in our lives, we've had to deal with them or learn how to allow them in our space. For me, when I met my stepson, I wasn't nervous about meeting him. It was the first impression in trying to fill in shoes that I had no idea how to walk in. According to ConcordFamilyCounseling.com, trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship because a child may be hesitant or resistant to accepting a new parent feature. So when embracing the role, it's important because even though you don't have any biological connection to them, building a genuine emotional bond, it can definitely be made. So my stepson, he's a character. So for him, he's a type of person where he likes to express who he is. So when I was taking him to summer school one day, I was telling him, I said, well, you can always talk to me. You don't have to hold things in and hold your emotions in. I won't lead you in the wrong direction. And so a lot of the times I take out, different things to do and to entertain him to where he doesn't have to think about life for a little bit. And as adults and even with kids, we stress a lot, and so we go out to the park. He likes McDonald's, so he likes to go to McDonald's. So hey, can I get this? Can I get that? And we both have a relative connection when it comes to music. So he likes to listen to music. I like to listen to music. So it's basically guiding and to basically build that foundation of, okay, I can talk to you, you can talk to me, and we can be comfortable together. And so stepping up as a step parent, I've always told myself that whoever I'm with, I'm going to try my best to be the best person that I can be and not to look so much directly as in the biological sense. And so a couple months ago, I took him out to the park and we played football, and it was a great experience, not only for me, but for him, because he can finally realize, like, okay, I can lean on this person and not have to look out in the outside world. So it's really an honor and a rewarding to be in the same space as him. And so another thing is with stepping up as a step parent is willing to be patient. And so I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to teenage boys in rooms, it's their bedrooms, whole totally different ball game. It's a lot of repeating. It's a lot of, okay, I told you this, I told you this. So patience. It's okay. I see what's going on, where the disconnection is. Let's ease it out. Just when you come back from school or when you're doing this, come back, clean your room, and we're good. So overall, I love my stepson, and I can't wait to explore new experiences with him. It's going to be days where we're gonna argue or we're gonna pick a fight, but it's not a day that I do not want to see him. And I don't try to focus so much on when to step in. I just do it. He's a part of me, so I just get the job done and let the work speak for itself. So, coming up next, I will be discussing Respecting the Grind, CNA edition. But before we get back to that, we want to take another break with some great music. And so the next song we're going to play for you is Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Because we are a survivor. Stick around, everybody. That was Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Again, you are listening to CMC Live on Hawk Radio Live, the official radio station for Hillsborough College here in Tampa, Florida. So right now we want to take a long discussion because this is my favorite. It's my favorite segment, actually. We're going to talk about Respecting the Grind, CNA edition. So I work as a CNA, and for those who are not familiar, I am a certified nursing assistant. 2 years in the business, and I still have my challenges. I still have my emotions, and I do play a crucial role in the nursing industry. I actually have some facts to read out. So Leona Wierzak wrote on an article on connectrn.com titled CNAs Deserve More Respect. She basically stated that for CNAs, they are a crucial role in the industry, as I stated before, and basically we have physical and mental demanding emotions. When we come into work, we don't know what to expect. For an example, I came into work yesterday and we had 3 admissions back to back, and we only had 3 CNAs. So just imagine if you have, for an example, 40 residents on the floor and we only have 3 CNAs on the unit. So you have to divide that with 3 people. And so you have showers, you have answering the call lights, you have taking vitals, and then you have to deal with your own personal life as well as theirs. You're coming from the hospital and they don't know what to expect. They don't know what their daily life will be. I had a resident come in and she was scared of the unknown of, okay, I was just walking on Tuesday, and then just by Thursday, I ended up in the hospital, and then now I'm here. So to give them comfort and to give them grace, for them to be scared. It's okay to be scared, and I always try to calm them down. It's okay. I'm here for you. So I take dignity and pride about what I do, and so I love when she mentioned that. And when it comes to CNA work, it is one of the most physically and mentally challenging occupations. We are basically the primary caregivers for the families, and sometimes it's not just in the nursing home that we fill the gap in. A lot of the residents come in and they don't have families, so to come into work and to clock in and to have that conversation with them, it's meaningful because at the end of the day, you've made their day. And so it really makes my heart smile. And then we have the key people, the residents. I love them. I build a connection with them, and I always call them my babies, all of them. I've worked in 2 nursing homes so far, and each and every one, they've made an impact on me. I always try to tell them, hey, remember to smile. Hey, remember that today is always going to be a good day. And so all of them, they make a great impact, and we build connections with them. But on the flip side, when they do pass away, we don't get enough time to grieve. And so what she spoke about, and it hit home for me, she said that we have PTO to attend funerals or grieve the loss of a family member or for a friend who has died. However, it's common for CNAs to have residents die that they've developed a close relationship with or a special bond, but yet we aren't given time off to grieve or to process the loss. And so that really hit home for me because, as I said, my residents are my babies, and if any of them were to pass away, it will definitely take a toll on me. And how I chose to handle it, I just try to look at the bright side and to try to remember their laughter and the stories with them, and to gravitate towards the goal. Their goal was to, for an example, their goal is to come in, do rehab, and go home. Plenty of them. most of them, they are there to do rehab. So I try to focus on that. Like, okay, they've done rehab and now they don't have to suffer in pain anymore. So it has been a joy working with the elderly. I was raised with my grandparents and they raised me, so that basically opened the door for me to be able to handle the elderly easy. And again, I am beyond grateful. And when it comes to CNAs, we don't get a lot of attention or applaud. We don't get a lot of applause. So I like to, especially after work, I pat myself on the back and I'm like, Cheryl, you've done a good job, because we don't hear that a lot. We love to hear you're doing a great job. I'm happy that you're here. We want to see a difference in these people's lives. And for those that are CNAs, listen, don't give up, don't give in, and know that your hard work is never devalued. We are an asset in the nursing industry, as well as all the nurses. And so this segment, it's really deep. It really hits home for me. And I just want to say that all nursing homes across Tampa, we are here for you. I'm here for you, even though I haven't worked for you yet. I am a proud CNA, and I am never going to give up. I am never going to give in. And I know that my hard work is never devalued. So thank you so much. And I'm grateful. All right, everybody. So want to sit tight. Coming up in the next segment, I will discuss Sneak City, the history of sneakers. But before we get back to that, we're going to take another break with some great music, and we're going to listen to Curtis Blow, Basketball. Hang tight, everybody. Sneakers. So the reason why I love sneakers is because they make me feel good and confident about myself and my self-esteem. Growing up, I wasn't fortunate to have a lot of, how can I put it, fancy things. So when I had my first pair of sneakers, I wore that. I'm telling you, I wore that thing till the laces came off. I held it really close to me, and so I made a vow to myself: every pair of sneakers that I have, I'm going to hold value to it. And so I try to put outfits together and to dress, as I say, dress with some fresh look, and it makes me feel good to walk out the house and know that I look fresh and clean. So we're going to get into some details and some facts about sneakers, and we're going to dive deep about sneakers and how they play a role in our society. So coming from Britannia.com, in the 19th century, actually in 1839, Charles Goodyear invents the vulcanized rubber, which makes the material available for the sneakers, and that is the key product for the sneakers. In 1860, crochet players began wearing rubber-soled shoes, and they started wearing them for recreational sports, and it becomes increasingly popular and appropriate for footwear. In the 1880s, the term sneakers come into usage in the United States. It is based on the quietness of the rubber soles, which enables wearers to sneak up on others. So we're going to jump to the 20th century. American basketball player Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls signed an endorsement contract with Nike and begins wearing the company shoes. In 1985, the hip-hop group Run DMC releases the song My Adidas. All the members begin wearing them, and then that same year, they signed with Adidas, becoming the first non-athletes to be paid to endorse the sneakers. And so, when it comes to sneakers, it's a very broad thing to talk about. Every month, for me personally, I don't like wearing the same shoes. So every month for me, when it comes to Jordans, they make the same shoes, but just different designs. So a lot of Jordan, if you're a sneakerhead, a lot of Jordan 4s, they came out. And so just different designs with that. And so I try to switch it up. I like Adidas, I like Jordans, I like Nikes. New Balances are good to wear as well, especially if you are working in the nursing field. The New Balances are really good. Also, when it comes to the Nikes, sometimes it can, like for me, I wouldn't say wide feet, but I have my feet I have track feet, actually. I'm not even going to lie to you. I have track feet. So they're not too wide, but they're not too thin too, if that makes sense. They're like kind of curvy. And so when it comes to comfortability, you want to be able to wear shoes that are comfortable. So when it comes to Nikes and Jordans, and I wear them to work, I have to stop doing that, and I have to get me some New Balances, because when it comes to my feet tend to come in and curve in, and it's not comfortable when it comes to my feet. So I have to limit that. And also, it's another pair of shoes. It's called the Hoyas. Hoyas are also good too. They're like foam shoes, and Puma actually has foam shoes too. I have a pair of Pumas, so shout out to Puma. So shoes, sneakers, very broad to talk about. And actually, they have a do-it-your-own sneakers in Miami, how you can create your own sneakers and your lace and your designs and colors. And you also talk about how you want your shoes to come out and to look. So usually they use the Air Force Ones, and you dip it in some paint, And once you dip it in paint, you just start making designs on it. So you basically form your own shoe and how do you want it to look. And so for that, I think it's cool because I wanted to own my own sneaker store at one point, but I figured that it was a lot of work, like, because I'm not good at statistics. So if you want to own a business, I know that you have to do the math side of it. And so I'm like, I don't know. If I have to own a sneaker store, that means I have to do the budgeting. And when it comes to budgeting, I have to do math. So at one point, yes, I did want to own my own sneaker store, but I realized that it was a lot. Maybe my mind would change, but for now, I think I'll stay with CNA work. So another great fact about sneakers is that you actually can wear them when it comes to suits. You don't have to always wear sneaker when it comes to the basketball sense. So for me, a lot of my uncles in the family, they want to be comfortable. It doesn't have to be fancy shoes that they want to wear with their suits. You can wear sneakers with your suits as well. So I think that's pretty cool. And so another fact I just want to add is with Michael Jordan, he also is a pioneer when it comes to the Chicago Bulls, and also when it comes to jerseys. A lot of the Air Force Ones, they have red and white, and that's the logo the logo colors when it comes to the Chicago Bulls. So for the Sneak City for sneakers, for me, I just want to just expound on that when it comes to fashion. When it comes to fashion, it doesn't have to match. I always tell myself, like, I am the type of person where if it matches, wear it. You don't have to look. Okay, for an example, if I have light blue, right? I don't have to have light blue from head to toe. I can have light blue. I can have dark blue. It doesn't have to match. You wear your own style and, hey, rock it. So sneakers, shirts, pants, hats, ties, anything. Own it. And if it makes you feel good and confident about your esteem, that's all that matters. So for me, like I said, sneakers and fashion, it hits home. So coming up next, I'm going to be talking about actually my birthday. My birthday is October 22nd, and I just want to vent to y'all about how I want my birthday to go. So coming up, we're going to be talking about my birthday, and I just want to give y'all some ideas and vent to y'all about how I want my birthday to go. And so we're going to just be listening back to Guape with Closer, the opening song, and we're going to be talking about my birthday coming up. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm back. Again, you are listening to CMC Live on Hawk Radio Live, the official radio station for Hillsborough College here in Tampa, Florida. That was Guapale Closer. So, this segment, I actually want to talk about my birthday. My birthday is October 22nd, and I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I have no idea what I want to do for my birthday. As I get older, I try to do different things. But then again, on the flip side, life is happening, life is lifing, and I don't know what I want to do. So I basically said to myself, okay, how about I take time out, rent out a cool Airbnb, and just take a break for a minute? Or I can just take myself out. There's a couple restaurants here in Tampa that I like to go to. One of them is Trips Diner. It is on Florida Avenue. That's one of my favorite places to eat at. And then if it's something simple, like I am a Chick-fil-A girl, I will eat Chick-fil-A every day, but then I don't want to be too simple. So as far as fancy, I want to try to go to Charlie's. Charlie's Steakhouse is also a good place, I've heard. And then Fleming's. So I try to remind myself that every year is not promised. And so this birthday, I want to try to take myself out. And another thing that I find happy when it comes to my birthday is Halloween. So for Halloween, I like to do stuff as far as Hollow Scream or Screamageddon. I actually never been to Screamageddon, so that's top of the list. So my birthday is October. I am a Libra. I am very, very calm, very chill, very balanced. I'm not trying to go deep into the zodiac signs, so trust me, I'm not. I'm just letting you know how I am. And overall, it's life, and I have to learn how to appreciate who I am and the hard work that I've done. Sometimes I focus so much on bills and that it needs to be paid, so it's my birthday. You gotta do something. So, hey, maybe next time when I come back on here, you guys can give me some ideas. When it comes to drinking, I don't drink. I don't do any of that. I don't do anything that's going to hinder my license, so please no comment on that. So when it comes to eating, just keep it simple. I'm a very picky eater. I actually tried crepes for the first time, and it's really not that bad. It's a different type of texture, but it's really not that bad. I do love quiche, so I have to go around and see if there's any quiche places that sells quiche. So overall, my birthday, I'm excited about it. I don't talk about it much, so I figured it would be cool to talk about it on my show today. And also for my October and September, because again, we're Libras, I just want to say happy birthday to everybody out there that's listening. That is October and September Libra birthdays. Happy birthday to you guys. We're going to make it. It's okay. Listen, we got to celebrate ourselves. I'm telling you, every person that I've met, and again, not trying to dive into the zodiac signs, but when it comes to September Libras and October Libras, we are hard workers. We don't take time for ourselves. We always think about other people. So take money out. Do for yourself. It's okay. You don't have to stress it. Life will continue to go on. Take yourself out. Take yourself out. So, coming up next, I'm going to actually do a little freestyle for you. I am actually a spoken word activist. I kind of sprung that up on you. So, I'm going to give a little segment about spoken word. Nothing deep. So I'm going to do a little live spoken word thing coming from the heart. So you guys stick around and you're going to hear a spoken word piece by me, Prodigal. Stick around, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Again, you are listening to CMC Live on Hawk Radio Live, the official radio station for Hillsborough College here in Tampa, Florida. I hope you're enjoying the show. My name is Prodigal again, and you just listened to This Girl is on Fire by Alicia Keys. So, as I was saying, I do spoken word, and I've actually been doing it for a couple months now. I write poetry, and I also do screenwriting works. And so I just wanted to give a little speed on who I am. So I have been doing a lot as far as writing. I do directing, I do screenwriting, I do poetry, I do spoken word. It's a lot. I call it speed because I don't know how to slow down when it comes to this type of work. And so I said to myself, okay, since I have all this stuff that I'm writing, it just makes sense to just every segment, every show, just write down how I feel in that moment. And so in this, I made I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's poetry. I just want to say it's venting. I definitely felt emotions when I wrote this. I wrote it September 3rd, and it's called Made in History. It says, I was made in history, but I'm not written in the books, categorized in education, motivation, but most of the time overlooked. Naughty by nature, this was the real OPP. Standing in my own falter and bended at one knee. I became true to myself, and now I am better than ever. And sometimes I correct, and I sometimes glitter, and I sometimes falter, and I sometimes say to myself, how can I become better? How can I become true? How can I become the better me and a better you? Cheryl, sometimes you have to digress and take ownership in who you are. You have to take everything that is around you and categorize it, and have to make sure that your knowledge on who you are, it doesn't shape who they think you are. And so when I wrote that, it was in emotions. Everything was coming to me all at once. I was going through life really hard. I just recently got into an accident January of this year. It was beginning of this year, and I lost my car. And so going in life, and being impatient and trying to live up to everyone's standards, it really hit me. It hit me bad. And so I was like, how can I become a history in my own history? How can I make myself a better Cheryl, a better me, and to look over and say to somebody else, like, hey, it's okay, when I am not, when I'm not even okay. And so when I made this, I wasn't even in the right mindset. I was very emotional, but I took all that I knew, and I poured it out. And even though it didn't make sense at the time, I stopped and I looked at the fact that I said that I'm categorized in education and motivation, but most of the time I'm overlooked. I did my CNA work. I'm going to school full time. I am a step parent, and hey, I'm most of the time I am overlooked. But to hold my degree, and to hold my craft, and to hold that I am a spoken word activist, and that I do screenwriting on the side, and that I am an empowerment to women, it really motivates me, and it humbles me, so I try not to look so much as, okay, I don't have transportation at this time, because you never know any doors that will open, and so that was one piece. And then I also have another piece, and I want to just it's kind of funny because it's poetry. It's poetry, and it's geared towards Martin. It's a 90s sitcom show, Martin. And I was looking at TikTok, and I was looking at Instagram, and they were, of course, talking about relationships. So I was like, let me go ahead and just make some poetry about Martin and just the backstory. So if you watch the show Martin, once I start talking, you're going to be like, okay, it clicks. So the title of it is Margina, and I'm going to go ahead and read it out for you. So your year is 90, but you miscounted the score. I'm trying to make it to 25 by aiming for that backboard. Before the buzzer go out, I gotta take my chance. No room for Tommy or excuses of no jobs in hand. Cold as ice, I swear you have me freezing. Your vibe so heavy, you give me a reason. Out of all these Ginas, you stood out the most. As they say, you don't feel good when you love someone the most. I ain't stepping nowhere. I ain't gonna let you win, 'cause the fifth floor hour is in effect, and I swear we're gonna get it in. We're going to have fun. We're going to make memories. We're going to be true. Be my Margina before the buzzer go out. Because when it's all said and done, I'm not the same as if I was to walk out. And so that was Margina. It was based off of the 90s sitcom Martin. And it came to me out of just, I wouldn't say, definitely not emotions, but it came out of curiosity. Like, okay, every time I open my phone, I see relationships here, I see relationships there, and then right after that, I was like, I want to watch Martin. And so it just all came into a collab. And so this basically came from trying to make something out of something. And so that was Margina, and that's another piece that I've written. I write all types of stuff. I have nothing right now as far as when it comes to scripts. I actually have a binder full of them, so I try not to write as much because I have like 2 or 3 different sets of binders, but we're not going to talk about that. I just need to get my works out there. So hey, I am a writer. I do what I do, and I also do motivational quotes for myself. My biggest one that I've written for myself is, all I can do is grow more, do more, say less, and hope that my cross doesn't get too heavy for me to carry. And that's one of the best quotes that I've made for myself, because although my life does get hard and my life does get heavy for me to carry, I need to slow down. And it's okay to slow down and to say to myself, Cheryl, everything doesn't have to work against the world's clock. And you have to look at the fact that you've made it this far for a reason. It's okay to take losses over wins. You don't have to win all the time. So it's really motivating for me. And then another thing is, I also do music. I rap here and there. I'm not going to spit today. I'm actually going to spit it next time that I have my segment. So just write. For those that do write, just continue to write. Know that your voice is being heard, and it's been a privilege. It's been a privilege to hear your voice. So don't let anybody close it. And so with that being said, we're actually coming up on time, and it has been an honor. Has been a pleasure, and I thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show and our time together. Again, you were listening to CMC Live, and I am on every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and I'm bringing you a variety of topics, fun vibes, entertainment, just chatting it up. I'm not just a one alley person or one person. I like to basically bring people in, hear people's thoughts. I love to chat about everything. So I'm here every Thursday from 11 to 12, bringing you topics. And next week, I will uncover some entertainment, what's popping in Tampa. I'm going to spill some rap for you guys. I also have some movie segments, some sitcom segments. So, hey, it's been a pleasure. I've had a lot of fun, and blessings to you all. And I will sing you off with This Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. And you guys have a great rest of your week.